the truth is you're going to have to put in the time. You're going to have to put in the hard work. Growing on social media is not an easy thing. I'm not going to lie to you.
Okay, it's rap pack to my post flat. We keep it real, no false rap. I got 4 cars and they all black. Got 4 bras and they all that. We call that ballin'. Doing this.
I am Rebecca Gunter. This is the Stonedfruit Roll-Up, your Thursday weekly show at high noon Eastern Standard Time. You're watching the show about building the show that you're watching right now. I've had a chance to get to know Zach intimately over the process of bringing my reputation to life in words, actions, and images through Business in the Raw. And he has graciously agreed to come on live with us today and do an anatomy of a YouTube channel. So without further ado, let me add Zach to the stream. Womp, 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 womp.
Hey, how's it going?
Welcome, Zach. Thank you for being here today. We're super excited to have you. And Tony is in the comments, which is extremely exciting. Zach, how would you approach content creation for business and or personal/hobby stuff when one isn't spending time on social media themselves, managing accounts, or interacting with the comments? So I think Tony's really speaking to, how do I still have a social media presence without sucking my life dry, actually being the one who has to kind of be chained to my social media account?
Well, I think it's the same way with anything, whether it's business, personal, whatever. You got to, get your priorities straight. So do you really want to be able to build your brand, be able to actually get content, actually get all that stuff? And then from there, just to look at, like, okay, what can I outsource? What can I give to somebody who's A, better than I am, and B, can save me time? And outsourcing is a big thing that I really believe in. I think this is kind of an interesting question because I hear this a lot, that a lot of people are like, how do I do it without actually doing it? And the truth is you're going to have to put in the time. You're going to have to put in the hard work. Growing on social media is not an easy thing. I'm not going to lie to you and say, well, it's easy. You can just post once every month and grow your audience. Like, it takes a lot. There's a lot that goes into social media, into strategy, into actually getting like your stuff looking good, and then also getting your stuff produced in a timely manner that doesn't take up your whole day. Like, at some point, if you have a business, like for Rebecca, for example, like her business is not recording. It's to actually write copy and to build brands. Same thing with me. Like, my business is not just to sit there and record content, although it kind of is. Like, my business is to actually help people get results. My content, like, I record a lot. I really do. Like you said, I kind of do suck my life away in recording just because that's what brings back the returns in business. And I know right now that if I record a ton of content right now, it's going to be a lot easier for me in the future. Like, right now I have about a month and a half worth of content in, like, just in the vault, like ready to go out, just unpublished stuff right now that I could, if I died today, my social media would run itself for another month and a half, 2 months. So
except for just managing the comments. That's really...
Yeah, so the comments, like, for me, I think that the comments are something that you have to do. Like, that's, in some cases you do have to be in the comments, in some cases you don't. And like, I think that for comments, you just have to do it. I would love to tell you, hey, here's the secret sauce to not having to do comments, but it's just one of those things that if you want to build more than a following, to actually get people to convert into leads, you have to build up relationships with them and build rapport. Now, if you're sitting behind a big old brand, like, yeah, then you can hire a VA to do it, hire somebody to do it. But comments aren't really that much of a problem for me. Like, I enjoy responding to comments. And for me, I go above and beyond. Like, one of my core values is to over deliver every time. So my TikTok strategy, when somebody even just watches my video, I follow them. I see every person who views my videos profile and likes my content, shares my content, everything like that. On a daily basis, I go and follow those people back. And then I have a VA who goes in and sends an outbound DM to every person who engages with me through Instagram. So they go and look up that person's name on Instagram, see if they are on Instagram, then automatically they'll follow them, know to send an outbound DM, and then go like their stuff on TikTok. So I have a very in-depth strategy for TikTok, right? That it does involve me, but it doesn't have to involve me. So being able to pull yourself out of that to have setters and closers and stuff like that in your business is how you kind of get rid of the comments inside of business. As far as comments go, just interacting with your fans is the best way to build rapport. So that's how you're going to actually grow out your social media to people who are leads and who actually can qualify your content. But I think it's getting more and more important, especially in the world of AI, that you're actually showing that you're a real human, showing that you're authentic and doing comments. But honestly, like, I don't really have, I wish I could tell you, like, hey, you don't have to do comments, but Like, it's just one of those things that has to be done. Like, so
I feel like Tony's asking, how do I stay fit without doing any exercise? I feel like that's the answer. And I wish there,
unfortunately, like, I wish there was a secret sauce to say, hey, here's how you do social media without doing social media. But the truth is, if you need to do social media and you're not good at it or you don't like it, just hire somebody. Like, there are so many people in social media. You can go hire VAs for cheap if you don't have a huge budget to spend on it. You can get people who are professionals in the space. Obviously I do that. So like, hiring a professional, I don't want to sound like I'm just here saying, well, you just got to come hire me. Like, that's how you do it. Like, but the truth is, just hiring somebody, even if it's not me, even if it's just some random person off the street, like, to have somebody there to do your social media is going to be a big time saver for you. So
it does feel like my new full-time job.
As a business owner, like, the model of a business for most people is that they are on the front end of marketing and then they have somebody in the back end that manages their systems. So for me, I have a creative director who manages all my deliverables, my systems, all that kind of stuff in the backside of my business. And I do more of the upfront marketing, right? So we're partners in that sense, but we go through and work together to get the result. But that way I can put all my focus on one thing and he can put all his focus on one thing and we can actually get a lot more done.
Like, I was watching Ross here in the comments on a live stream with Renee Hastings recently, and he was talking about how to repurpose all this stuff and how people don't always get traction just from the original live stream or recording, but from the broken up, like, snackable content in between. And I got super overwhelmed. Like, oh my God, I know that's where the magic is. And I'm kind of only driving on one side of the street by just doing the live streaming or, producing business in the raw. But to add this whole other element of the shorts and the marketing mix, I mean, I just kind of almost got shut down. Now, I know the answer would be like, double down with Zach and he'll help you figure all that stuff out.
Somebody who knows how to have a strategy in place is going to be a lot more efficient. Like, if you think about going into a business where you need like a VA, your VA is going to perform a lot better if they have a step-by-step SOP and workflow of what they need to do in a day. So if you can get a strategy of, okay, this is what you should be doing, it's going to be a lot easier to grow from there.
It ain't all about the money, but I stack it 'cause you never know.